So I've got this little window right here, and it's going to be installed in our box truck right there. Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free, and in the continuing build of our box truck DIY camper van, we're trying to get more light and more ventilation. So I got this light, this window. I got two of these. One will go over on each side. Now right in here will be a bunk bed that goes across. This will give me, once I'm inside, give me more light and the ability to just lay in bed and reach up and open the window for more ventilation. So I think that's going to be a good thing. Now we got this window at recpro.com. I really like them. I've liked everything that I've purchased from them. I got that door from them. I got these from them. I'm not going to give you a link to this specific window because they have dozens of different sizes and designs and shapes and all that. You just have to go onto recpro.com and search for the one that you want. So far I've been very happy with their products and with their service. So here I am inside the truck, and this is the cab over. This is where we will have a bed. In the box truck community, a lot of people call this a grandmother loft. I don't understand why, because I don't know of any grandmother that would be able to climb up into this bed, but that's what they call it. So the window is going to go right here, so that laying in the bed you can just reach right up and open it if you need it. I think that's really cool. Now the first thing I need to do is take these off. These were in the original U-Haul moving van to lash down stuff that you're moving. This is secured with a bolt that goes all the way through. This is 3/4 inch plywood. This is secured with a bolt that goes all the way through, and then it's got a plastic thing on the outside to cover it. So I'm going to have to remove all of that and the plastic thing on the outside. Now all the way around this whole truck it had these lashing boards, tie down boards, and I've had to remove them all. And like I said, the plastic piece on the outside, I'll show you that in a minute, but the bolt here screws into that. What I discovered is when I took this bolt out, the plastic piece on the outside was just kind of loose, and if I drive down the road and they all fall out, then I have all these holes all over the place. So what I had to do was buy some shorter bolts to replace this one, and this is one where I screwed it in to make sure that plastic piece stays in place without dropping out as I drive down the road. So this right here is the plastic piece that I'm talking about. There's another one down here. This has got a bolt inside of it, molded inside of the plastic, and when you took that bolt out that held that lash board across, these just fell out. So I had to put those little bolts in there to hold it in place. Now up here there's 4 of them, but I think they are inside of the place that I'm going to cut the window out, so I think I can just remove them and not worry about it. Now once upon a time I had a set of large screwdrivers. Somehow along the way, along the years, they disappeared. So I had to go buy this long big screwdriver, because this is a great big huge Phillips nut right there. So I basically just unscrew these. Alright, I got those off, but I think this one, I think the bolt on the outside is spinning. Yeah, that's not going to come loose. So I'm going to have to somehow get Elizabeth outside with a pair of pliers to hold that, to keep it from turning. Okay, so I got Elizabeth's help to get this out. This is the thing that I'm talking about. You can see it's got a metal nut here and then the plastic thing on the outside, and this whole thing was just spinning on the outside. And so now I got this out. You can see right here it's actually a hole. I can look right out there and see outside. So that's why I wanted to do this, put those bolts in to hold this piece in place. Okay, I can't get these off. I'm going to have to pound them out from the inside. Some of these are loose enough that they'll just fall out if I don't put a bolt in to hold it. Some of them are tight enough that I have to pound them out. Now I'm trying to determine the placement of this, and I have to make sure that it actually covers up the 4 holes. So when I measure the height, this is not to the outside flange, this is to the inside part here where the hole will be cut. When I measure the height, I get 13.5 inches, and when I measure the holes from there, 13.5 is all the way down here. So there's plenty of room this way to cover those holes. When I do it this way, I get 20.5 inches. And when I measure the distance from the holes, I'm going to put the hole that I cut for this right at the outside edge of this hole, right there. It's 20.5 inches. Look at that. I come right to the outside edge of that hole. That's amazing. So I'll be able to cut the hole for this, and it'll come right on the outside there and right on the outside here. Couldn't ask for anything better. So now I got to make sure that everything is straight, and since it's a truck, it's not sitting on a level driveway. I can't use a level. So when I figure out where I'm going to have to cut this hole, I'm going to have to measure down from here and down from here, and that's the only way I know to make sure that it's actually straight. Now I'm going to mark the hole on the outside so it'd be easier to cut out there. And there's a metal strip here, there's also a metal strip on the outside, but I don't know if the bottom of the metal strip is the same inside and outside. So it's going to be hard to figure out exactly where I want to place this. So here's what I'm going to do. Decide where I want it. Make sure it's high enough that there's room underneath for the mattress, but low enough to still cover that hole. And then I'm going to mark, that's the top, not of the flange, but of the hole that needs to be cut there. So now I'll measure down from that mark to the top of this hole. And I get 2¼ inches. So here's the hole. So I'm going to measure up from the top of the hole 2¼ inches. So that right there will be the top of the hole that I have to cut. And when I come down from here, two and 3/4. So I measure down 3 3/4, no. Measure down 2 3/4 here. Now I know that this and this is straight with this top edge. Now I'm going to use this level to draw a straight line across there. And I'm not using the level bubble because actually that's level all the way down there because the truck is parked with the nose downhill. So I'm just using the level as a straight edge to make sure I get my line straight. And then the inside part of the window that goes through is 13.5 inches. So I'm going to cut it just a little larger at 13 3/4. Now I know that the hole wants to just include those holes the big hole wants to just include those holes. 4.5. Then this measurement is 21. So that should be the basic hole. I measured, what did I do? Up from the top of this hole to get my level, and then down from there to make sure I got this line straight. And then I measured these off of here, make sure it's all straight. That should be it. Now it does, the door or the window does have curves on the corners, so I still have to hold the window up to trace that. Okay, that was sort of awkward, but I got it cut. I got it marked. So after I marked it, I held the window up to it, and the whole thing just seemed a little bit too big. So I drew another line just a 1/4 inch inside of the original, because I'd rather have cut it too small and have to go back and make it a little bit bigger than to cut it too big and then I'm in trouble. So I'm going to go with the inner line right there. Dead battery. So this is the first time since I've gotten this Pecron solar generator that I'm actually using it in real life rather than just doing a test. That's so cool. If you'd like to find out more about this, I did a review about it, and you can find the review and a discount code. I'll leave the link up here on the screen and also one in the description below. So I replaced the battery and finished cutting this. Now I got to cut out these rounded corners. Well, there it is. If I cut it too big, it is what it is. But I really don't think I did. Haha, it fits. So now it's in place here and ready to go, but this is going to be a two-man operation because I'm going to have to screw this into here and somebody has to be outside to hold this from dropping out. So Elizabeth is going to climb the ladder on the outside so she can hold it in place.
I am being very careful.
Okay, are you ready? I'm going to go down your bottom left first.
Okay, just a second. Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Now where?
Bottom right.
Okay. Give me a second, please. Okay, I got bottom right.
Okay. Can you reach left? Here's that. Take it up. Okay. Top right.
Best I can, hon.
Come on, I can't get it started. There we go. Okay, thank you. That's it.
That's it?
The rest I can get by myself.
Okay, hon, I'm going to help.
So now I'm putting the one in on the other side, which is actually much faster and easier because I already did it on the first side. This is going about twice as fast. Okay, let's see. It goes this way. Now when I actually screw it in, I'm going to have to lift it up a little bit.
You tell me before you start screwing where you want it to be.
What?
Where exactly are you screwing? The center?
Right where your hand is.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to do right here on the bottom.
Okay, so can I move my hand?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, over here. Right there. And now, right here.
Where?
Up, right there. Yep. Okay. Let me come help you down. So the width of the window flange right here was just very slightly wider than the 3/4 inch plywood here, and it wasn't making a tight seal. So I got this like 1/8 inch thick piece of balsa wood to use as a shim there and up here. Now I'll trim that off and I'll put more shim here, and that makes it watertight on the outside. Gives enough pressure this way to make that rubber seal on the outside seal strong. So we've got both windows in, up there,
I can feel the breeze.
the vent, that window. Well dear, what do you think of the windows and the ventilation?
I mean, I literally can feel a little breeze going back and forth. I think they're wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're just getting more and more light in here, which is great.
Right. So now we got those two windows which give light and ventilation. We got the roof vent which gives ventilation. This gives light, doesn't open, but if we need to, we can open the door and just leave the screen door. So
Yeah.
we're getting there.
And that, even when it's closed, gives you a little bit of light coming
Yeah.
in. Yep.
And actually, we did this just in time. I finished that just in time because we're actually leaving on our first road trip in this thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, our first not quite finished primitive, but good adventure.
Yeah, and we are going to Texas. I'm speaking there at a Thrive Life regional event, but we're just going to take our time. We're going to do, it's about 900 miles, and we're going to take 3 days to get there, so we're only going to do maybe 4 hours a day.
That's my fault.
And well, we're going to check out things along the way and just make it a leisurely trip. Have we ever done a leisurely trip before?
I don't think ever. No, I don't think ever.
Usually on a 900-mile trip like this, it's 18 or 20 hours until we get there. So
Yeah.
this will be a different experience. Now, by the time you see this video, we will probably already been there and most of the way back because our videos are, behind.
Most YouTubers have to do that. Kind of keep them made ahead.
So obviously nothing is finished in here, but I built a platform here to put a mattress on for her. I got another mattress over there that's leaning up against the wall. At night I'll just take that and lay it on the floor. And then we got a little Coleman camp stove to do some cooking. So anyway, we'll take you along on the trip and we'll show you what we're doing there. But that's the plan now in our very stripped down, primitive, not even started yet, camper truck.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, you got to admit it beats a tent. And I've done a lot of camping in a tent.
Absolutely.
So, oh no, this is fun. It's not even close to done yet, but we're going to have some fun in it.
I really wanted to get that pass-through door in, but coming up to a few days before the trip, I was afraid to do it because if I had any kind of a problem with it, then we'd have a big hole there and we wouldn't be able to drive anywhere.
Yeah.
So I decided to wait until after we get back from this trip to even tackle that. So in the meantime, we can go in here or we can go in the big roll-up door in the back. So anyway, now the windows are in that bedroom up there. I think we're good to go.
Yep, this is going to be fun. We'll just get everything kind of loaded up. And some kids have been having fun on little, what are those things, scooters.
We're very rural here and kids are riding all over the place on little mini bikes and motor scooters and stuff.
And it's fine. But anyway, yes, we are looking forward to the adventure.
Yep.
So I think that's what I was going to say. All righty.
So thanks for watching.
Yeah, live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
We love you guys, and we will be seeing you on the road.
All right.
Bye.